Stop trying to get everyone to click on your video. That does you no good. If that happens, I'm in trouble. My goal isn't for this video to do extremely well and get millions of views and get thousands of subscribers. That's not the goal in the first place. But if that were the goal, everyone that came across this video, if they clicked, that would not happen for me. Most content creators aren't going to go on the platform that they create on and complain about the way it's ran. Why? Because you don't want to get punished by the algorithm or the platform, or you don't want to send the wrong message to your viewers and your subscribers. At this point, I really don't have any subscribers on this channel. It's brand new. There's maybe less than 200 of us at this point. I appreciate the ones of you that are here, that are watching videos from start to finish. This is only my second video, so there's only one other video to refer to in the first place. I have nothing really to worry about, but I guarantee you there are tons of creators that feel exactly how I feel right now. It's because of issues like this. If you're someone who makes content, majority of the time, if you're not getting the views or the analytics that you want, it's not because your content sucks. I see tons of videos on YouTube that say why your video isn't performing like this, or how to go from 0 views to 1,000 views in your first video. Like, just cheat code things that make you believe something about my video sucks and these are ways that I can enhance it. I teach you all these attention grabbing strategies to keep people hooked and stuff like that, and it's all catered around doing things that don't actually have anything to do with the content you're making in the first place. So there's really no point in using them. It's just all leading you in this loophole that leads you ultimately to think there's something about my content that has to change. And I'm telling you, in fact, that's generally not the case. Yeah, have I seen videos that suck? Yes, I've seen those videos. Have I seen content creators that are speaking to an empty room and there's absolutely nobody who would even click on that video because of the title itself? Yes, I've seen those things. Can certain components around how you market your content, being thumbnail, title, tags, things like that, can those be changed? Absolutely. But as far as the content itself, once the video is clicked on and actively playing, majority of the times that's not the issue for most creators. Issue is something that unfortunately lies outside of our control, being the algorithm. I don't want to blame the algorithm in this sort of conspiratorial way, but oftentimes that's all it is. There's nothing you can do. Are there things you can learn? Yes. But majority of time, that's not the case. And the only thing that can change that for you is being consistent and reaching out to the proper audience. If you make content about minimalism, why on earth do you care to have someone subscribe who only wants to watch cooking content or video game content? There is no purpose in that. That will do you no good. That's just going to turn into some ghost subscriber that you have later on down the line that no longer watches or consumes any of your content. Does you no good. Every video you make should be pertaining to people who care anything about minimalism. You learning how to edit and add 50 different camera angles within the first 5 seconds of your video to grab someone's attention is not going to help you down the line. All it's going to do is lead you to burning out and no longer caring about what it is you're creating in the first place, because everyone who watches you is going to be following you and watching you for the wrong reason. They're going to be watching you because you found a way to trick their brain into staying on your video. They won't be watching because they care anything about the content you're making. It's very simple to understand. I've seen videos that were amazing and had 30 views because the people who would actually care about that video just don't know it exists yet. So there are certain things you can implement by putting a better title on it, by learning how to add a more relatable thumbnail, by learning how to add tags that people might actually search up to come across your video in the first place. It's literally that simple. There's nothing outside of the simple things I already stated that you can do or should be wanting to do to speed up that process. You shouldn't go out and start making content that you don't care anything about, that you know nothing about, that you don't relate to in any way. You shouldn't be doing that, because down the line, if you build up an audience around cooking stuff, because cooking is trending right now, people are wanting to know how to make food and you care nothing about that, but you start making content around that to get those views, but what you really care about is dancing. A year down the line, when you just want to dance and you want your viewers to care about how much you love dancing and how good you might be at it, they're not going to care. They're going to want you to make cooking content, but you don't care about cooking. But you've gotten stuck and pigeonholed yourself into this niche that you don't relate with. And so what do you do now? You keep making cooking content and the content's not as good anymore. The quality's starting to fall because you really don't care about it. You're not consistent anymore. You're not being as creative. And now your views are starting to tank for a completely different reason. All along, you just want to be a dancer. I've seen that happen to so many people, and I've seen it happen to me. I've been that person before. I'm not saying that I care anything about cooking or dancing. It was something completely, that was just an example. But I found myself in a position where I built an audience around a sort of content that I no longer wanted to produce. And when I tried to produce other forms of content, my viewers either didn't care, or they complained whenever I put it in front of them, or I would go back and try to please them by making that same content, and the quality that I would put out would drop because I didn't care to be making it. And so at this point, you're probably wondering, like, okay, well, what do I do? What's your solution? The solution that I have is very simple. Just slow down. Just slow down. It's literally that simple. Just slow down. Stop trying to get everyone to click on your video. That does you no good. Everyone should not be clicking on this video. Everybody that this video is shown in front of should not click on this video. If that happens, I'm in trouble. My video is not going to do that well. My goal isn't for this video to do extremely well and get millions of views and get thousands of subscribers. That's not the goal in the first place. But if that were the goal, everyone that came across this video, if they clicked, that would not happen for me. Because everyone that this thumbnail is put in front of is not going to care about the title or subject of this video. They're not. But if I tweak my thumbnail in a way to make it attractive and catch their attention and do all this cheat codey stuff to make them, trick them into clicking on the video, then once they start consuming the first 10, 15, 30 seconds of the video and they realize, hey, I care nothing about this, they're just gonna click off. Or I might trick them for a minute to subscribe, and then when I post the next video, they see, I don't really care much about that, and they're not gonna watch. Now that's a ghost subscriber that I have. So stop doing that. Stop trying to get everyone to click on your video. All you have to do is get the right people that care about the content you're making to click on your video. If I really like video games and I want to watch anything and consume anything that has to do with video games, when I come across your video and you've made a video about playing a video game, I'm probably gonna click on it. But if you're someone who makes cooking content and you make a video about a new recipe that you learned, but you learn how to make the thumbnail in a way and use certain color schemes that are common in the video gaming industry and trick my brain into clicking on it, once I start consuming the first 30 seconds of your video and I realize, hey, this has nothing to do with video gaming, I'm gonna click off. It's very simple to comprehend, but it's very hard for some people to accept, because instantly once you post a video, you want it to get hundreds and eventually thousands of views, but that's just not realistic. That's not how the game is played. That shouldn't be how the game is played. I may post 10 videos, and from those 10 videos, I only get 5 subscribers. Those numbers may suck to look at, but I promise you, over time, when those sole 5 subscribers are watching your videos every single time within the first minute they're posted from start to finish, that is going to snowball into 6, 10, 15, 20, 100, 1,000 active viewers every single time. And it may take a while longer than you'd like to get there, but I promise you that is what will happen for you. There's no point in having 1 million subscribers and only 5,000 people watching the videos you post. You see how those numbers don't make any sense? I would much rather personally myself have 5,000 subscribers and have 3,000 to 4,000 views on every single video that I post, because that is going to teach the algorithm that these are the type of people that want to watch my content, and my content is good because when they click on it, they're watching it from start to finish. And so if there's anyone else out there that cares about this sort of content specifically, please put my video, my thumbnail in front of them. And as the algorithm continues to do that and those people start to click on your videos and continue to watch them from start to finish, you're gonna exponentially grow over time. And those are where the actual results come from. Don't worry about following trends or learning all the cheat codes on how to expedite your growth. Don't focus on that. There may be tidbits of things you can learn in the process from those sort of methods, but at the end of the day, quality content to someone who cares about it is the ultimate key to growth. That's it. Have you been doing your best to use catchy grabbers at the beginning of your video, or screaming into the camera, or doing all these different pulls and zooms with the camera angles within the first 3 seconds to try to trick someone into thinking they want to watch your video? If you need to do anything to trick anybody, you're already off on a bad start. Those things are done to make up for lack of substance. Majority of you have substance. You just need patience. Literally. I think that might be the quote of this video. Most of you have substance. You just lack patience. It's that simple. Faking it over time will lead to burnout, and burnout will lead to your downfall. And if you don't want that to be you, then take what I'm saying, implement it. Stop rushing it. Just allow yourself to relax, create content that you're passionate about, and give the right people the right time to come across the video so they can make a connection with you and join your community. And if you feel like I can potentially put out some content that you would really care about and find some sort of value in, then hit the subscribe button. If not, if I somehow tricked you into watching this video up until this point, don't subscribe. I only want the right people who are going to care anything about the content I put out from this point forward to subscribe, because they're the ones who are going to come back. So with that being said, I appreciate you. I hope you learned something. And as always, God willing, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.